Am I the a-hole for being topless with my friend's girlfriend? My husband and I recently moved to Barcelona, and my friend and her girlfriend are visiting right now. We are pretty close. She was a bridesmaid at my wedding, and I plan on being a bridesmaid at her wedding later this year, unless she's really pissed at me lol. Here's the backstory for more context. The four of us went to the beach a few days ago, and they were very interested in how many women go topless. I told them it's not everyone, but not uncommon to see. They asked if I go topless, and I told them that it depends. I prefer going topless, and so I do it around locals, where people don't care as much, and I tend to not do it around other Americans, because you get a lot more attention. The area of the beach we were on had a lot of Americans, so when my friend asked if I was gonna take off my top, I said no. About 20 minutes later, I could tell that she really wanted to try it, but was kinda embarrassed, so I prompted her. I was like, girl, do you wanna try it? I'll do it if you do it. She eagerly agreed, and I asked my husband and her fiancé if they were okay with it. Really, I was just asking her fiancé since I no, my husband's really chill with it, but I didn't want him to feel singled out. They were both excited, so on the count of three, I untied my top, and my friend nervously took hers off too, and we spent the rest of the time at the beach like that. I think it was kinda a surreal experience for them. I caught her fiancé staring at my boobs a pretty decent amount, which didn't really bother me. He's not a creep and he's not used to seeing women casually topless. I caught my husband glancing at my friend's tits a few times, but only for a split second, and I also didn't hold it against him. I know him, and I could tell it was instinctual and not lustful. So there's the context, and here's what happened yesterday. We have a pool at our house, so we've spent a decent amount of time there. Every day my friend has been going topless out there as well, which hasn't bothered any of us. I've been doing the same, since it's my own home, and more comfortable like that, and her fiancé has already seen my boobs anyway, so what's the big deal? Well, yesterday, my husband was at work, my friend was working for a few hours, and I was tanning outside, topless. Her fiancé came out, so it was just me and him out there. We were like 20 feet apart. We were talking like normal. I could tell he was looking at my tits a fair amount, but I was just trying to act normal. My friend comes out, and is super pissed that I have my boobs out alone with her fiancé, like she's seriously fuming, saying that it's a horrible look, and that I've betrayed her trust. I tell her the vibe is the exact same as the beach, which not only was she fine with, but I took my bikini top off, largely so that she could feel free to do the same. She says that was completely different and an unfair comparison to make. So, am I the a-hole for being topless with her fiancé?
Wow, that definitely sounds like a crazy story. I don't even know how I would react in a situation like that. Well, anyways, let me know what you guys think of these Reddit videos down in the comments below.
Am I an a-hole for calling the police on my neighbors for shooting fireworks off? I am a 24-year-old man. I have fairly good relations with my neighbors. Most of us in the neighborhood are good at being quiet. My neighbor to the left is an elderly man, and my neighbors to the right are a family of 6. Despite their children being obnoxiously loud, and screaming bloody loud at all hours of the day and night, more so than typical noises of kids playing, I have never had an issue or complaint personally about the noise. Today, however, unprompted, they started lighting off Roman candles into the air. I have 3 dogs, all of which rarely bark or make much noise, and all 3 of them cowered and fled when the fireworks went off. I myself am a vet and don't really appreciate the sound of explosions as much as some might, so I decided to go over to their driveway and request that they might keep the fireworks to just the street type until the 4th, as it's quite alarming when not expected and it distressed my dogs and myself. They told me how they just spent hundreds on fireworks and how dare I suggest they don't use them, and that I should just put my dogs in the house and turn the TV up to drown it out. I told them I'd be more than happy to do so on the holiday itself, but random evenings for long periods of time was a bit rude. They told me to piss off, or go call the police, so that's what I did. I called the police. They had clearly been drinking and had no intention of stopping, and since it was their suggestion, I went with it. I really don't feel that my request was all that out of bounds. Drunken adults lighting bottle rockets and cracklers is one thing, but full-blown M80s on a weeknight is too much firepower on a weekday. My biggest problem is that they sound like they're lighting them off right outside my window. So am I the a-hole for calling the cop?
Lots of crazy stories here on Reddit. I don't even know what I would do if I was in that situation with a woman, let alone in a fireworks situation. But anyways, let me know in the comments below. See you in the next one. Peace.